When it's the middle of the season and you're on the 4th week of a 4-week training block, what do?
Hey cycling community, this is Steve Grusis of Cycling Greek. This very fast group ride is my last intense workout before my race on Saturday. The best of the best in today's fast peloton are 4 members of the Revs racing team. And there they go. I'm going downhill and I still can't keep up with them. I was doing about 800 watts. So I'm letting up and I'm hoping that the next group will come and that I can attach to them. Let's take a moment and talk training blocks. During each progressive week of the last 3 weeks of this training block that I'm on, the intensity and duration of the climbing interval workout that I have has been increasing. I felt great after that 3rd week and I wanted to do more the 4th week, but that really would have screwed me up. What I did instead is dial it back. Because I'm riding 3 days a week, I kept the mileage the same. I just decreased the amount of upper intensity work that I was doing. I still did my climbing workout, but I didn't do any intervals like I did before. I just kept it steady. I threw in a few 30-second intervals near the top, but that was it. Today's workout was 1 hour of Zone 1 and Zone 2, plus a few pickups so I can warm up for this. Back to the action on the screen. Once we left the small descent, I noticed that one of the stronger riders of the Revs racing team has gone solo. Now, if you've seen my past videos riding with this group, you know I should do nothing but just sit in and hope for the best. I was feeling good, so I decided to test myself. Yes, this could be considered a questionable move for me, but as Dirty Harry said, a man's got to know his limits, and I had to find mine. I figured either of his 2 blockers would not have reacted to me jumping across because it was me. If it was a stronger rider, I'm sure they would have jumped on it. Mark, who I bridged to, is not only a Cat 2, but an improving Cat 2. This guy is strong. So what I can do now is just follow the advice of comedian Steve Martin and get small. Now Mark knew that somebody bridged up to him, but he didn't know it was me. I tried to communicate to him, but I was not doing that very well. He went off to the side to see who was with him, and then he took off even stronger. I barely got to his wheel, and then I was barely hanging on and just hoping that he would just slow down just a little bit. I was doing between 450 and 550 watts just to hang on his wheel and didn't know how much longer that was going to last. Fast forward a bit, with my heart rate now at 97%, he does dial it back just a tad. He pulls off to the left again, and I feel bad for not being able to pull through, but I don't pull through. He then just takes off, and there's nothing I can do about it except just watch him go. I get my legs under me and I go as fast as I can. I know I'm not going to catch him, but he has his blockers back there and there's still a sizable gap. My goal now is to get to the top of the climb before the pack catches me. All of a sudden, my teammate wearing an incognito uniform blasts by me in his bid to bridge up to Mark. And he did make that connection right before the 180 leading to the bottom of the climb. The last time I looked back, I still had a good gap, but I wasn't looking now, I was just focused. Coming out of the 180, I didn't even think to see where they were. I was that focused. And it's a good thing I didn't. Over halfway up the climb, I'm doing over 300 watts, my heart rate is 5 beats below its max, and these guys come by like I'm standing still. I work together with a pretty strong fellow that catches up to me. We catch another at the top of the descent, who we promptly lose on the descent. A mile later, I get worn out and just can't keep up with this guy. I then get caught by the guy we dropped on the descent, and we work together so we can get the guy that dropped me before we get to the finish. And catching we do with about a half kilometer to spare. I draw back a couple bike lengths, and then I start my sprint. And of course I started it too long, but this time I was able to hold it.
Wow, what a difference a block makes. My last training block, I included this in my training, this particular ride. And I didn't in this one because I was doing something else, focusing on something else. Now it's the last week of my block, and I'm using this just as a little bit of intensity. before my race is coming Saturday, and I'm going to include this ride again in my next training block. So it's not that the block, this particular training block, caused me to get a lot faster. It's this block on top of the other block that I did before that, and the other block I did before that. You build one block on top of the other, and it works. Already I'm thinking about areas where I could have done better on this ride, but man, I'm jazzed. What an improvement. Okay, rest of the week I'm resting, and then I have the race on Saturday, and the race is going to be the same course that the district road race is going to be on, that Fort Ord course. So I have a couple of choices. Do I take off at 5 a.m. in the morning so I can catch the early race of the 45-55s on that course, or do I sleep in and then do a later race, which is going to be the 45-3-4s? Let me know what you think. This is The Cycling Greek.